Hi, I'm Hulisani Ravele. Welcome to On the Bookshelf. C.S. Lewis once said, literature adds to reality. It does not simply describe it, it enriches the necessary competencies that daily life requires and provides. And in this respect, it irrigates the deserts that our lives have already become. I think it's just a really fancy way of it enriches our lives, right? Today on the Bookshelf, as we explore books that entrepreneurs have read that have taught them about life and about business, I'm talking to the CEO of the Tower Group. This is a company that specializes in recruitment around the country as well as integration services. Today, I speak to its CEO, Kerry. Hi, Kerry Morris.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
It is such a pleasure. Before we jump into your book selection, tell me, why do you as an entrepreneur read, and why do you believe that fellow entrepreneurs should be picking up a book?
Well, I think I've always been an avid reader, and I think reading for me, it's an escape, number one, from a busy lifestyle. I know that I can always pick up a book and just escape from my day or a crazy week. But more than that, I think just for the wisdom. I think that so many people out there have so much knowledge to share, and really just for the wisdom and the lessons and trying to apply them to my own life and my own business.
I was so excited when I got your list of books because I literally haven't read two of them. So when I come across a new book that I haven't read, I'm just like, ooh, can't wait to hear what this one is all about. Your first one is from Adam Grant, Think Again. Tell me about the lessons from that book for you.
Think Again for me was phenomenal. I think everybody post-COVID needed to rejig their thinking. Think Again was phenomenal in a sense that it made me rethink my opinions of life, and it made me question everything that I thought was correct. So I think it really fitted in well after the COVID times that we've just been through, which I think made everyone question something in life.
It did indeed, and the fact that we now find ourselves for now at level 1, who knows, it could change at any moment. Perhaps by the time you're even watching this interview. But it's certainly one of those books that prepares you well, especially heading into the new year, right? It sounds like it's one of those that will just help you get a clean slate.
As humans, as individuals, we get into very much a comfort zone in life in general, whether it's in our career, whether it's in our family life, our personal life. And I found that Think Again allowed me to choose courage over comfort.
That is powerful.
When you're in it, which is very uncomfortable for any of us.
Brilliant. Let's go on to James Clear's Atomic Habits. What's that all about?
Really about the habits that we form, and we really have bad habits in life. And I'm not talking about the obvious, all of the fun stuff. I'm talking about the more habits that shape us daily as an individual, as leaders, as entrepreneurs. So it really also just rephrases and reframes the way you look at yourself and the habits that you are creating in life, and whether they are forming a positive or a negative in your life. And just very much a reminder for me that, and it's something I lose sight of very easily, is that small changes in habits every day lead up to something bigger in life.
That's true.
So for me, it was a great read. I took a lot out of it. It's also phenomenal.
It's all about the daily changes that we have to implement in order to make the big change. And I think those changes also then feed into our team and therefore feed into our businesses, because you're now a different person and you're now a different leader, right?
Absolutely. And I'm a firm believer, and that's something that resonated with me in Atomic Habits, is that success is the result of our daily habits. And I'm a very big believer in your behavior. So behavior equals habits, and what you put into every day is what you're going to get out. So, yeah.
It's that simple. Your last book that actually speaks very greatly to habits and, daily things impacting our lives. It's Robin Sharma's The 5 a.m. Club, the one book that I can actually say I have now read this year.
I think a lot of people have read it. I read it quite a while ago, and it's really been a book that, again, it does link into habits, but in a very different way. And I'm an early bird. I'm not a late night person at all. So when I saw it, I was like, okay, maybe this is for me. And it really resonated with me. And it's the best time of day to get good habits in place. Set the tone for your day. And it's not possible every day. I don't do it every day. I wish I could.
I'm so glad to hear that, Kerry, because I finished reading the book and it was so easy to implement the habits and the teachings whilst I was reading it. But the moment I was done reading with the book, I'm just like, Joe, I'm not a good student.
Absolutely, and I think life gets in the way of a lot, and you've really got to be mindful and you've got to make the effort, because I do believe that is the quietest time of the day, and I do believe that how you start your morning, like Robin says in the book, is how your day is going to follow through. If you start and you've spilled coffee and you've had road rage, you're
one thing to the next,
to arrive in a bad place.
Yes.
So it is easier said than done, but I think a great reminder that how we start our day is how we're going to show up for the rest of the day.
And a great reminder to also live with gratitude, right? And live with the experiences. Because I think we forget to do that as entrepreneurs. We're so focused on, are the books balancing? Is everybody getting paid? Is this happening? And I think that book, for me at least, taught me just a lot about being centered around self.
And it's so easy to lose sight of that in the chaos that we're living in. And as an entrepreneur, I mean, just as a very quick aside, on Sunday I was at the office catching up and preparing for this week. I don't do the 5 a.m., but I might do a Sunday for the week ahead.
Yeah.
And leaving the office on Sunday, I was so in my head on a hamster wheel, my brain was spinning, that I reversed my car into a pillar. It's a perfect example of just not being present. And it was just such a reminder to me, like, slow down, take a breath, be present, pause in the moment.
Kerry, thank you so much for your time and thank you for your selections. 2 new books that are being added onto my bookshelf. Really appreciate you and your time.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for having me. Have
Bye.
a great day. Thanks. Bye-bye.